I'm trying. You stay trying it.
Right, we are live streaming.
Awesome.
Let me double check. I think we are up here. Oh, it already shows up.
Let me check here.
Yeah, we are up here now.
Nice.
I'm frozen, I think. All right, so hello, everybody. This is 𝗖𝗟𝗏𝗧𝗘𝗥 here, your favorite system strategist and business consultant and coach for women entrepreneurs. And I am up here with Miss Cordelia Spence. We just wrapped up a accountability call, and we were going through, my upcoming boot camp, the Systemize Your Business 3-day virtual boot camp for women entrepreneurs, and just had a lot of juicy things that we were discussing and stuff. So I wanted to jump on here to kind of candidly to kind of give you another reason why you should be at this boot camp, June 8th through the 10th. Which is in another couple of weeks. We already have some amazing women that has signed up already, and I'm so excited. And so I just wanted to give you another reason why you should be at this boot camp. So this is a 3-day event. You'll be taught the process needed to streamline and grow your online business through operations, systems, and a solid team. Using my successfully proven step-by-step roadmap, we'll refocus on what's important in your business and, in turn, your life. We'll be creating an action plan to help you actually scale and grow your online business. And we'll be doing a lot of implementation and co-working time as well. So you'll actually leave with a roadmap on systemizing your business so that you're able to grow and get out of the day-to-day doing and the day-to-day operations in your business. So this is, if you are a woman entrepreneur with a service-based online business, you know that your business systems, your SOPs, processes, or even your team. And when I say team, it could just be you and one other person, an assistant. Takes 2 people to form a team. So it doesn't have to be a huge team. But if that's not set up properly for long-term success and you're stuck in that day-to-day operations, it's causing you to leave money on the table. And if that's where you're finding yourself, you should definitely be at this event. So I wanted to just talk about Cordelia's experience being at the boot camp. She's a second timer. She's going to be at the next one as well. Woo! So she has been to both of the last 2 previous boot camps. So she has a lot of stuff to share about her experiences with the boot camp, her takeaways and things like that. So we're just going to have a candid discussion. I'm going to ask you a few questions and stuff, and, we'll just kind of, have a conversation and take it from there. So I'm going to have you just introduce yourself to the people, what you do, and what made you decide to attend the boot camps.
Absolutely. So like Tyra said, we were wrapping up our accountability session, and she's been working. When I tell y'all, this boot camp is absolutely amazing. Tyra puts in the work. She puts in the work. So that's what we're wrapping up. And it's like, let's talk about this experience. And now here we are. So my name is Cordelia Spence. I am a mom of 5 amazing, beautiful children. I'm a speaker, author, and a self-care and lifestyle strategist for moms who are newly divorced or who are going through divorce. And what I do is I help those moms prioritize self-care and healing so they can thrive as they navigate life and motherhood after that major life event, which is divorce. So that's pretty much it. I do this through my signature program, Self-Care University, which is opening its doors soon. So y'all, we can talk about that later, okay? But part of the reason why I want to talk about that is because helping me to be able to even open the doors to my signature program and the processes to take on clients, onboarding, offboarding, and getting the whole back end of my business organized, that literally came from me working with Tyra, working with her one-on-one, but also attending these boot camps, which were amazing. So the reason why I decided to attend, because first of all, I know that Tyra is a systems queen, okay? Her and I we met in 2020, in another program, and we became, you know, we just stayed in contact. We did all the courses together. She'd give me feedback, I give her feedback. So when I started to see how her stuff just goes and goes and goes, she'll be like, oh, I went on vacation, but I'm seeing like a post every day, like, when were you on vacation? That kind of thing. And then how seamless it was to sign up to work with her. It's like you sign up, you get an email right away, you know, you get all the stuff, and it just seems like it seems easy. So when she was doing the boot camp, I'm like, let me go to this boot camp and get an extra peek into this brain of Mrs. Tyra Pickett, because I need to figure out how to get my business running smoothly. So when I first signed up, I've been in business like off and on for like 5 years. So, you know, I've been like all the different things as a mom of 5. And one thing that stuck out to me when she was promoting the boot camp the first time was to systemize your business so you could free up your time. Free up your time and like live your life, you know, while in your business automated, so you're not neglecting your business. So I was like, okay, that's what I need. Cause like I said, I'm a mom of 5. Y'all are moms, right? Tyra's a mom. So I knew that she understood. And that's another reason why I wanted to go to the boot camp. Cause I'm like, she's having a 3-day event. She has children like me. She has a business like me. So she really understands where I am and why I need to systemize my business. So that's why I attended. And it was just amazing. I'm just telling y'all, it was amazing. And each time she does it, it's just like, it's always a different angle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to explain it. I've been walking away, like, going to the event, you go in there, you're like, okay, I'm ready to learn. Then you get in there and it's like, oh wait, hold up. You think you have your business together until you go to the boot camp. And then you're like, yeah, I don't have my business together. I need to get some automations. I need to systemize it. And even that word systemize, it's like, it sounds like systemize. You know what I mean? It's like, it sounds good than saying, oh, organize your business. So that's another thing that attracted me to it. Like, it's like we get 3 days, you get to leave with a plan. It's not, oh, let me hear all the stuff, but now I don't know what to do. What's the next step? No, I liked how I actually left with a plan. I knew what to do next, you know? And I think that's a really important part too, Tyra, when you, in the boot camp, you're not just explaining and teaching, but we get time to actually work on our stuff. And you don't leave, I know I didn't leave confused. You know, I left feeling like I got a lot of work to do. And then that's how I knew I could work with you to get the work done. But you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
And you did that. You know, yes. You had your private coaching with me and stuff. So we got you together. We got some automation set up and stuff. So, and that's really important. You know, like you said, it's systemizing your business. It's not just one part. It's not your tech systems. You know, people think when you add systems to your business, it's, oh, what software do I need to use, or, you know, things like that. But it's the whole overall of your business. It's the operational piece, it's the tech piece, and it's the team piece, you know, everything that's going to make your business flow smoothly, you know, because there's only so many automations you can set up, you know, before, you know, because somebody's going to still have to kind of look over those automations, make sure nothing gets broken and things like that, make sure they're still running, maintain it. So anything that you can't automate, that's where your team comes in and, you know, oversee the other stuff, aspect of it or whatever. So it's just, it's the whole overhaul or whatever. And a lot of people come in this, you know, thinking that they're going to learn, okay, what systems do I need? What, you know, project management tool do I need? What CRM tool do I need? You know, things like that. But then when you're in there, it's like, oh, wait, there's more to this systems thing. So, right. And I like to educate people on that, you know, because it's a lot of things running around and you just think it's just tech, but it's so much more than that. So,
and I think that was the part that I liked the most, you know, like knowing that it was more than the tech. And the thing was, like, when we first had our conversation, I was so intimidated by tech. So that's why my business was manual. Like, literally a person signed up to me. I had everything pulled up, but I'm like, now let me press this and do this. Now let me do this. And I was literally doing everything manually, and then I would feel burned out. But what I like what you taught was, it is more than tech, But also, listen, it's okay if tech is challenging. That doesn't mean that you can't systemize and automate your business. Because what I also learned from you was all the different types of systems and tools that I didn't even realize were needed to have my business run. And that's what I really liked to like your angle and your approach. Like you said, it wasn't just about like, oh, get this tool, get that tool, even though you did give us a list of tools to get, which was golden, right? But I think that it really helped me to look at, like, if I'm gonna say I'm a CEO, like, this is what it is. I don't have to have 50 people working for me. I might have 3 tools working for me though, but they're gonna work for me. You know, and I think that was the thing that I was like, okay, wait, I don't have to wait till I get to like this level to have a team and to have help and to automate my business. Like, I literally can do this right here, right now. And do you remember, like, even there were some women that attended the boot camp that hadn't even started their business yet, right? But they were there because it's like the way that you teach and the tools that you give, it's like for you, whether you've been in business off and on like me, doing things manually for 5 years, or if you want to start your business. So it's like you get that leg up so you don't even have to start and get burnt out. And that's why I like how it was just like, it was versatile. You know what I mean? Like across the board.
Thank you. Yes, it's meant for all levels, you know, and a lot of people, I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people think, well, I'm new, you know, or, you know, I'm just starting out and stuff, or I don't have a team, so I don't know if I need systems right now. But I always say you want to be proactive versus reactive. You know, you want to be ready to receive. And if you don't have those systems, you're not ready to receive clients. You're not ready to receive money. You know, you can't onboard clients or onboard team members because you don't have anything set up, you know. So it's even better to set up when you're starting off, because that way, you know, you're positioning yourself even better. You know, when you're in the midst of it or in the thick of it and stuff, then you're kind of like, oh my God, I got a million things to do, and it starts to get overwhelming and stuff. So yeah, it's for everybody. So everybody who don't have systems, who don't have SOPs, I mean, we got a whole top day on SOPs, you know, because that's like the bread and butter of your business, you know. And SOPs are standard operating procedures, you know, I throw that out a lot if you are following me, you know, and that's like an employee handbook, you know, it's like a recipe for your business. So yeah, that I can't listen, I'm taking over. So let's keep going. So
no, good. It's a conversation. So go ahead and take over, because I think it's good, because it just showcases even more like how passionate you are. You know what I mean? Like, even with us having our conversations, when we do our accountability sessions, when we do our co-working time, it's like that's what I was saying, like you get zoned in and you put in the work. So when you attend, I know when I attended the boot camp, like just from the first one, I was like, oh, she's not playing. You know, it's not a bunch of fluff. It's not like, oh, you know, yeah, you get motivation from seeing the results of the work, versus let me give you a little rah-rah speech and you leave feeling good, but then you leave without anything. So it's like, listen, go ahead and say what you got to say, because I think that it's important for other online women entrepreneurs to know, especially for me as a mom. It's been so helpful, because like I said, I was doing everything manually before. You know, so it was like, this was a lot, even though I can prepare stuff, but I didn't even know about like SOPs. Remember, I was like, what in the world is an SOP? And because I heard that, I automatically thought that I didn't qualify for this because I wasn't at a certain level. But the way that it was broken down, like you said, it's like a recipe for your business. So it doesn't matter whether you've had no clients, if you just had the idea yesterday and you just went and started your stuff, and, you know, or you've been 5 years, 10 years down the line. I feel like unless you have a systems strategist like Tyra, or someone who's actually managing the whole back end of your business already, you might think you have systems in place and don't realize what other ones you can use, again, to like free up your time. And I think that's the really, that was like the golden, like my biggest takeaway was like, okay, I need this, this, and this. These are like the basic stuff, but here's some other things that I can do to take my business to the next level too, because I can take on more clients if I have my CRM tool set up and done already. You know, I can present new offers or, you know, run this launch because I already have my email, what is it called? The email, it's probably CRM. The
email campaign and marketing.
Email campaign and everything running and set up ahead of time. You know, so it's like, there's so many things that you start to think about because you don't have to think about all those small little tasks, even the project management tools, like to get all that stuff out your brain. I think this really is dope. So listen, keep letting us know, but the Systemize Your Business Bootcamp is amazing. This is one of my third one.
Yeah. And you actually, the first one you attended, and the second one, you was actually a guest speaker, you know, and you spoke, you know, about your wheelhouse and stuff, which kind of it mingled in, it just like blended in with the whole topic altogether, you know, the self-care and systems in your personal life and stuff. So it really just, you know, blended in. So that I thought that was dope. But yeah, I get geeked out over this. People are intimidated by tech stuff at times. People are intimidated by when you hear systems, it's like, oh my God, it's a huge thing. And I don't have time to do it, or I can't do it. And then they don't do it, you know, and they're overwhelmed in their business and things are just going haywire and stuff. They just kind of piecemealing things or whatever. But I literally get geeked over this kind of stuff. Like I get so excited, you know, like, oh my God, you started a business. Well, do you got this? Let me help you here. You know, it's like, I can do this in my sleep. You know, I enjoy this stuff. So, and this is another reason why I decided to do the Systemize Your Business 3-day boot camp. And like you said, it's not a retreat. You know, we're not kumbaya. We're not holding hands and, you know, all that kind of stuff. We have our dance breaks and stuff. And, you know, because it is heavy. It could be heavy at times. And, you know, you need that break to be able to just dance it off and stuff and network with the other women. I think the networking is like awesome in the room and stuff. And, you know, the writing music to kind of get the creativity going and stuff. And, you know, just seeing the lights go off in people's head, like when they're, you know, doing the actual implementation part. Like, you know, I'm not giving you stuff to do and say, now go do it. You know, that doesn't feel good to me. You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you can fly. I'm not going to tell you can fly, you know, but don't give you the strategic tools to fly.
Exactly. Go out there, tell us to fly. We don't got no wings. You ain't got no feathers.
Right. So I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you the tools, you know, so that was, do you have any other takeaways? Because I know you kind of mentioned what your takeaways were. Do you have any other takeaways you want to share? And then what would you recommend? Because you kind of did it all at once. You went through my questions.
Because I'm like, we're just talking.
But do you have any other takeaways that really, you know, is like this, if you get nothing else, this is why you need to be at this boot camp, because of the takeaways that I got here?
Absolutely. Like Tyra said, I already shared a whole bunch, right, of takeaways. But honestly, if you get nothing else, the reason why you should attend the boot camp is literally if you want to take your business to the next level, whatever your next level is, you literally can do that with the tools that she gives you. So it's like, there's no business that's too big, too small, you know, none of that. Literally, it doesn't matter where you are in business. There's always another level, and using the different steps and techniques and, you know, the critical thinking and the assignments, all of that stuff is literally, you don't have a choice but to go to the next level. And I think that was a major takeaway for me too, because again, I was thinking that I'm not ready for that yet. Whereas, like Tyra said, putting those systems in place allowed me to get ready for the next level. Whereas if I didn't have the systems in place, I wouldn't even be where I am even right now. I attended 2, right? I spoke at the second one. That was the other takeaway, how I connected systemizing your business with you know, you systemize your personal life. And, you know, that's my wheelhouse, of course. And although my signature programs for newly divorced moms, but for mompreneurs in general, right? Just the whole thing, like your life and your business, they go together. And when you have that business running easily, you can, then you can see stuff in your life that you should work on automate too. So I thought that was really good. And I would definitely recommend this to any online woman business owner, any online woman entrepreneur, like especially the service-based ones, because those that are, we have to give our energy for creating and serving our clients. I definitely feel like you need to be here for this boot camp. Because again, you'll get to know exactly what you need to do, because we don't want to be tied up in all the manual work, you know, us that, you know, like I said, we service-based, we give already to our clients, we're giving here on social media, we're giving to our email list, we need to have that done, you know, and then we can fully show up for our clients. So if you want to show up for your clients, you want to level up your business, you want to have more free time, you want to spend less time on your computer, then the boot camp is for you. And then honestly, the boot camp and whatever Tyra offers, whatever she offers is for you too, because we did an intensive, we did a setting up the CRM. Like I said, she said, oh, you're doing this? You need to do this. It's like, oh, okay, let me get it done kind of thing. So it was really good. So I would definitely encourage anybody, honestly, online women entrepreneurs to come to the boot camp. You'll have different takeaways. You'll have the same ones I have, okay, plus some other ones.
Yes. I love the takeaways because, you know, that kind of gives me, you know, it lets me know that, okay, it's sticking. And that's what I wanted to stick. You know, I don't want to just, you know, you leave more confused than what you are. I want, you know, and I want to make sure that you're leaving with those tools and stuff. So thank you so much. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. So what would you say to anyone? Because I know there's some ladies, you know, have been, you know, in my inbox, like, you know, I want the link or, you know, things like that. And I know some of them haven't clicked the link yet. And I see people, you know, clicking the link, but not buying and that kind of stuff. So what would you say to the women that are kind of on the fence? Like, is this for me? Or they might be scared to hit me up in the inbox, even though I've said you got questions, private message me. I don't bite. I will answer your questions and stuff, but they might need to hear from somebody else because, of course, I'm the one doing it. So, of course, I'm going to say it's dope, you know, but what would you say to someone who might be on the fence, who is looking at this live right now and like, let me click the link. Oh, wait, I'm not sure yet. I don't know, you know.
No, go ahead and click the link.
Yeah.
Go ahead and click the link. That's what I would say. Just go ahead and click the link and sign up. Because when you do that, you'll also get to see the system in real time. Like I said, that's what really attracted me, because it was like, I did this and it was almost like instant. And then if I have a question, again, I can ask it and Tyra's responses. So I would say if you're on the fence, the best thing for you to do is 3 days. And if you're in business as an online service provider, right, and as a woman, and we know when we say we're going to do something, we do it. So if you can commit to your business, then you can commit to these 3 days and you will see the outcome. And you'll see it immediately when you just go ahead and click the link and go ahead and do is it early bird or even if regular price. To me, like, it's worth so much more. So you'll get that and you'll get those 3 days and you'll be surrounded by other people that know what it's like me. I'm a mom of 5, y'all, running a business. I'm writing a book. You know, I homeschool my children. I'm hands-on with my kids. You know, managing life through this crazy divorce, like we talked about, and I'm still able to show up, service my clients, you know, create content. But that's because I understood the system. So I would say if you're on the fence, go ahead and climb over the fence, you know, be cute and climb over that fence and click the link and come to the boot camp, because there's nothing to lose. If anything, you'll be tweaking what's already working for you and learning something else.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
Yes. I'm glad you said that, you know, because if you're like, I got systems already, you know, no system is perfect. So you come in and you don't know what you don't know. And you're going to learn that real quick in this boot camp that, oh, I thought I had it together, but wait, hold on. So everybody's going to have some kind of sort of takeaway by attending this boot camp. You know, we have 3 crazy, amazing days, and it's gonna, so I'm gonna go through it again with you. You know, you get the 3 days of in-depth training, you know, where we're going through your mindset, the planning, the strategy to systemize your business and grow it. You're going to get the detailed step-by-step roadmap to systemize your business. That alone, that's what I've used in my business. That's what I've used to help my clients in their business. It's a proven roadmap, you know, and a lot of people just need a roadmap. You know, they don't really know what to do. They don't know where to start. And that roadmap is golden alone within itself. And you get the live Q&A with me. So you get 3 days in the room with me where you can pick my brain. And I say that over and over, like I charge for those sessions. Like you're not gonna pick my brain for free, you know? So you get the actual pick my brain where you get my eyes on your business, you know, and that alone is worth way more than these 3 days of boot camp, you know? You get the real-time networking with like-minded women entrepreneurs. They're in the same boat as you. So nobody is like, oh, I'm better than, or I'm higher than and stuff like that. You may be at different levels, but you're in that room because you have the same goal in mind. And it's the genuine networking, you know, it's just, you know, being in the room with other women, helping to grow and systemize your business as well. And then you get the boot camp, the workbook, beautiful printed out, colorful workbook. It includes all the training materials. It includes all the exercises that we'll be using during the event. And, you know, like I said, there's a lot of implementation time, co-working time. There's a lot of workshopping time where you're actually going to do the work, create action plans, and actually get stuff done. So your mind is going to be, you know, working as well. This is boot camp, you know, so we're whipping you into shape and because I want everybody to succeed, you know, and I want to give you the tools that get you there. And then you get the bonuses. Like I love a good bonus, you know, I'm all about bonuses. So if I like bonuses, then I figure other people do too. So you get the bring a friend discount ticket. So if you sign up, once you sign up, I ain't gonna say if you sign up, when you sign up, then you get the discounted bring a friend ticket. So, you know, that's your business bestie, your accountability partner, your colleague, not just any friend. You know, you want to have people that have businesses or are starting a business and stuff because you want it to benefit them, you know. So have someone come with you. It's that much more fun when you have a buddy with you. You get access to the attendee only Facebook group. So it's my exclusive group just for the attendees. And this is where, you know, we also build networks there, build connections. We share the takeaways with the other women entrepreneurs. I answer questions in that group as well, before, during, and after the event. So you have time together there. And then you get the playlist. And this is what I mentioned earlier, where the music, you know, and a lot of people love this playlist because it's, you know, it's motivational, it's inspirational, it's, you know, pump you up, you know, it's all things in between, to help you as you know, go about building out your systems in your business and stuff. So you get all of this, you know, and it's at early bird pricing. So you're not even getting this at full pricing. And even with the full price, it's underpriced, you know, and that's going to go up soon. So, you know, get it while it's hot, get it while it's at the, you know, the lowest price, and you know, won't regret being in that room, you know. And this is, like I said, for 3 days, and it's virtual, you know, so you don't have to deal with the commuting. You don't have to deal with, getting hotel rooms, flights, you know, the driving with this high gas, you know, you do this at home, you know, so, and then you owe it to yourself to, you know, invest in yourself. You owe it to yourself. If you really want your business to grow and up level, then I can't stress enough the importance of getting your systems built the right way in your business and stuff. And you'll see so much you'll see a big difference once you get that stuff set up. So you owe it to yourself to just invest in those 3 days. And it's recorded. So, I covered all angles. So if you're like, I can't make June 8th through 10th, guess what? You can get the VIP upgrade and get the recordings. So there is no reason why you can't be up in the Systemize Your Business Bootcamp. So thank you so much, Cordelia. She's the Black Mary Poppins. That's what we call her around here in these streets. So tell us how we can, stay in contact with you and everything. And I will put that also in the chat box too, so people can stay in contact with you, reach you and stuff.
Awesome. Well, here on Facebook, I'm Cordelia Spence. I have a Facebook group, Her Vibrant Life Tribe, as well. That's Facebook. Instagram, Cordelia_Spence. So it's my name. You just got to type Cordelia Spence there. And I mean, you can get my book on Amazon. So it's bit.ly/HYT book. And yeah, I mean, from there, we'll just, we can talk, we can chat, we can, do all the stuff. Like I said, Black Mary Poppins, they gave me that name like about almost 2 years ago. And I love it. So yeah, you'll get kind of all that with me. You can follow my stories, follow my posts. Yeah, Cordelia Spence pretty much everywhere. Oh yeah, I'm on TikTok now too, but same thing, Cordelia.Spence. Girl, listen, follow me on here and Instagram and watch my stories, and you can get my book and we can stay in contact that way too.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I'll tag you in the video and put her information down there too, so you'll have that. And the link to the boot camp is in the description as well. Click that link. Jump off the fence, like Cordelia said, keep it cute, but jump off that fence.
Right.
Your butt in this boot camp. You got 2 weeks. Early bird ends June 3rd. And after that, the price is going to go up. And I know people have been hit, smacking themselves because that pre-sale is gone. And it's like, I had a few in my box, like, can you please, give me the pre-sale? I forgot. No, ma'am.
Systems.
Stay, get it while it's hot. That's all I can say, because this price gonna go back up again. So if you got questions, private message me, inbox me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions if you think it's, if you want to know if it's for you or not. But that's the whole purpose of this live, is to let you know that it's for you, so I would love to support you. I, look forward to you being in the room with me June 8th through the 10th. And it's been nice. I will talk to y'all all later. Thank you so much, Cordelia.
Welcome.
And y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye. I don't know how to end it.